So, I will speak about ultrasound. Does it worth a consideration for automatic detection for COVID-19? So I'm Julie Goulet. I am from the physics department at the Technical University of Munich. I am indeed originally from Montreal, and I was a certain time in Connecticut at Yale as a postdoc. So I was really happy that it's University of Connecticut that arranged this conference. It's kind of coming back somewhere, I know. And our project started with hackathon in Europe, and we are a really diverse team from medical geneticists, AI specialists. I am a theoretical biophysicist. Also, I work on neural networks, so I am basically now working for the clinical study and looking at the data and things like that. So it's really, I will try to give the best talk I can. If maybe there is some technical question I won't be able to answer, but we are already really diverse team, and I can ask the person that is able to. The problem we want to solve. So as we have seen before, the gold standard test for COVID-19 is PCR. We have a medical geneticist in the team, and he was really concerned from Barcelona that indeed there is quite a bit of false negative. People who has the disease but test negative, at least at the first test. That means that they will be more secure, they will return in society, and they can contaminate other people. At that time, we were thinking what we can do for that. And after speaking with doctor, because we are already the first team, there's doctor in the team, we saw that there is a lot of research for AI detection with CT and X-ray. But at that time, there was nothing on ultrasound, and ultrasound is used in the intensive care unit. So every intensive care unit has a lot of ultrasound machine. They are doing always tests on the patient. Also, some now studies shows that ultrasound are on a certain place better than CTs for detection of COVID-19. So we assembled a data set with more than 180 videos from public sources, but all are checked. We are able to differentiate pneumonia from COVID-19 and healthy individual. And what interests us is really that we have an 89% accuracy and a 96% sensitivity for COVID-19. For us, it's really important since it's just screening to get as much as we can. If we have few false positive, we are not so concerned, because if it's not so much, because we want to be able to say these patients has to be tested more, because there might be some things. This is our objective. There is a lot of things for ultrasound on COVID-19. Ultrasound are good because they are everywhere in the intensive care unit. You don't have to move the patient, they are cheap. Also here in Germany, general practitioners have ultrasound machine, so they can also, if we help them, because long ultrasound are a bit complicated, screen the disease. And the idea is really a screening test for the disease. So our solution is in three parts. Is POCOVID-Net, which is our network, which is deep learning, and is able to detect COVID-19 from bacterial pneumonia and same patient. The open dataset, we assembled a large open dataset available in our GitHub server, and the POCOVID screen, which is a web server permitting the community to test their own image. Now just image, but we have a video tester that will come also there. So what is the network? It's basically a VGG16. So you can give either image or video to the VGG16, where the VGG16 was trained with ImageNet, of course, like always. And but we changed the weight on the three last layers with the US data set, and that is good because we had enough. So it was 2 million parameter. We had enough data for that. All is available online on our GitHub server. And the idea is basically to either goes by at the beginning by image and now by videos. By videos, of course, we take back the image, and then there is a statistical process to decide if the video is a COVID videos or not. It's really, really precise. For the image, here you have our ROC curves, what you see basically, I mean, it's always the matrix, the confusion matrix that you have here. So here you have the ground truth, and here you have what you measure with the network. As you can see, we are really, really good for COVID-19, both in precision and in recall. In recall, 96%. Let's see, and that's the point of the accuracy. So the accuracy is really great, and we wouldn't care that the accuracy to go a bit left, meaning going a bit more false positive to get all the case in, because what we really want to do is screening. So what a bit is problematic for us is if we have a lot of people that has the disease that don't see it. Because what we want to do is to be able to say, oh, there is, or there's probably the disease, or there is the disease there, and because we want to protect the people. And it's really important that people that might have the disease stay home to don't contaminate others, because if they have it, it's a big problem. At least in our view. So the database, as you see, we have now 183 videos between COVID, bacterial pneumonia, some viral pneumonia. We have more viral pneumonia, but we did not put it because we did not work at the beginning with viral pneumonia. Now it's other viral pneumonia, because COVID is also kind of viral pneumonia. So, and then it will be probably a gray zone. We can really make the distinction. So we start with easier for the network, and now we are going in that. And same patient. We also have image, and the reliability that I want really to point out here. Okay, our sources are diverse, but all the videos and all the images are checked by our medical doctors in the team. That really goes that they are similar. We also crop the videos, we also crop the image, so that we finish to have some things that are similar. So even if our videos come from diverse source, they are as, I will say, similar that we can have, and we are now working at hospital to have tests of the network and the system on clinically measured data set. So so here you have a sample of the database. Here, A, you have a COVID patient. B, you have a bacterial pneumonia. Here you see the alveoli are that are kind of becoming more rigid, and that is really classical for bacterial pneumonia. And here you have sane people, where you see all the line you see is really what you call the A line. So they are different. I think even the lay people can see that they are different. That's the A is the COVID things. Here you have our web server, where you can go to the POCOVIDscreen.org and load data, test them. We had the problem that some people put cats and things like that at the beginning. They were having a category. Now we made it that I mean, it's still not on the server because it has to be put there, but we will have a category that will say it's not an ultrasound. Please put something else, because that was a critique we got. We have a paper now on Oxy that was submitted on April 25. It's the first paper on ultrasounds for COVID. There is now another one that gets out faster, but was submitted after us. So that's the thing. And the impact of this our solution. So it's always a better screening that we want. It's accessible, and it's also for poor country a good solution. Because you say to poor country, make a CT scan, they will love to you. You say ultrasound, they have that.
You
and I mean, what? 5 minutes?
5 minutes, yeah.
Okay. And health economic, of course, AI and AI in medicine is now a really big topic, and I think we should push that. So now we also are able to see which region of the image is interesting for our algorithm. I mean, I don't think we can teach people with that, but it's really interesting to see, because human and machine are different, but at least we see that. We are doing a lot of reaching out, like I'm doing today by speaking to you and these kind of things. It's an open access initiative. And there's the video detection, of course, now that works really well. I am using it every day for my work. the corporate, I mean, what we need, of course, we need corporate support because, I mean, money, funding, these kind of things, always research, and that's really important. Also to integrate it to POCUS device if it's possible at a certain moment. We are speaking with people in British Columbia and Canada and things like that. And institutional sponsorship. We already have clinical study that are starting, but of course we always need new institutional sponsorship. That is our team. Gabriel is the MD, Yanis is a IT specialist, there's data scientist, Jeremy is our web server, I am there, Manuel is our genetician, so we're really diverse. I want to thank you for your attention and support. If you have questions or want to collaborate, you can email me. My email is there. Now we are basically looking also for another deep learning specialist for the collaboration we have with the Technical University of Munich. So if someone wants to make unpaid work on that because they are interested in this kind of project, we are really open to a new deep learning specialist for the collaboration. I am kind of directing with the Technical University of Munich. Thank you very much for your attention. And since I still have a Munich, I can say that we are, the value after the crisis is also a lot of AI in healthcare. That is now a really big topic, and I think really interesting, at least where I am giving my life to. So that's it. Thank you really much for your attention.